Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing a 2.5 year follow-up on the 14-ounce Yeti Rambler with the handle on it. And then we're also going to be doing an unboxing or discussion of the newer version of the Yeti Rambler in the 10-ounce mug with the mag slider built into it. Background on this, the 14-ounce mugs I got about 2.5 years ago, very similar time as when I got the Tervis mugs. The Yeti Ramblers in the 14-ounce are my absolute go-to mug at home whenever I make pour-over coffee because they have awesome insulation and they're very convenient and easy to have around the house. In the past, they have not been my go-to mug as far as a commuter mug just because they're smaller, so they're 14 ounces. My go-to mug for commuter mugs is the 24-ounce Tervis Tumblers. I've previously done a video review that's pretty comprehensive on these, but these are my go-to mug in the morning for when I pour coffee and have to go to work. Really the reason why I have that is because one, it's larger, but two, the slider on the top is a little bit more convenient and it's easier to hold when you travel and things like that. I find that the Yeti Rambler is just a little bit less convenient due to the size and just the layout of it because it's thicker and things like that. I have not used, Yeti makes a 10-ounce version of these, a 14-ounce version, as well as a 24-ounce version of this. I have never used the 24-ounce version, but it's something that I might be interested in trying out just for a direct comparison to the Tervis tumblers, but both kind of serve their own unique purposes. So real quick, what we'll do is we'll discuss the 14-ounce mug in detail. So I have 3 of these. I got these 2.5 years ago, very similar time as when I got the Tervis mug. At that time, when you first purchased these 14-ounce mugs, they came with this separate lid. So they came with the traditional lid that was not a mag slider. So something super inconvenient with these was you would end up purchasing it like this, where you did not have a mag slider, any cover over the like the sipping area, and this could easily leak, and it was just not a convenient thing to have for a commuter mug. So in the past, what you would have to do is Yeti would make you essentially purchase the mag slider separately. So you would buy this lid separate in a separate container or purchase, and it'd be like $10. So ultimately you'd spend like, I think it was like $15 to $20 for the mug plus that lid, and then you have to buy this mug or lid separately, and it came out to like anywhere from $25 to $35. And so that was one major inconvenience with this, but since then, we'll discuss it later, but now what Yeti has done is with all of their mugs, they now have the mag slider built in, so you no longer have to purchase it separately. So it's kind of built into the price, which is super convenient and easier. So that's one thing. Either way, so the Yeti Rambler is a really, really nice mug. I absolutely love it. It's great for what you need. Essentially it has a stainless steel lip at the top, so if you're drinking at home, you could have the lid off. You could drink directly here, and it doesn't touch this kind of like, I don't know how you would describe it. It's like some sort of painted, powder coated coating, I guess. So it's like stainless steel with a powder coating, and the color of the mug varies based on your personal preference, which mug you get. And then on each side of it, it has a Yeti label in like this stainless steel pattern on the front on one side, and then on the other side it's got the Yeti label in the powder coating with like elevated letters here. Additionally, on the bottom, at least it has the labeling there, but when you first purchase it, you'll see it on this one, it actually has a code here where you can register the product, so you can guarantee that your warranty is fulfilled. So always check out the bottom and register the product when you first purchase it. But regardless, so the 14-ounce mug essentially has a handle. It's very convenient to have. I usually grab it like this when I'm holding it, so I'll grab it like this. I won't really hold the mug like that just because it kind of flops around and does that. But I'll grab it like this, hold it that way, and I always run around with the mag slider on it. As far as the mag slider, it's very convenient and easy to have. Essentially, the mag slider basically just pops on and off like this, covers the lip here where you drink, and this can easily, you can't see it right here, but it can easily pop off so that you can clean it. I'm not going to do it on camera just because it'll take some time, but you can pop this off and clean underneath it. So anytime you clean it, you just basically rinse the whole mug out, use soap and water, and then you can throw it in the dishwasher. As far as the inside, it's basically stainless steel on the inside, and then the wall that is insulated. So this is a extremely insulated mug. This is my go-to mug as far as warm beverages. Whenever I make pour over coffee, if I put it in here, I'll come back hours later, 3-4 hours later, and it's just as hot or warm as when I put it in, which is why I use this as my go-to pour over mug at home. The reason why I don't use it as a commuter mug is, one, the mag slider here does leak around the edges a little bit, so it's not completely spill proof, and what happens is when it leaks around, it kind of pools here, and it's just kind of a little bit messier compared to the Tervis mug. Additionally, sometimes even though the lid is on and flush, it does occasionally leak around the gasket if you pour it over to the side like this. So it's the lid is not as completely spill proof compared to the Tervis mug. The Tervis mug here basically clicks into place like this, and it pops into place, and the only time it leaks is it might leak around the top here, but it always stays in the bottom of this lid and it never leaks entirely. Once it's clicked on, you never leak outside this other lid. So that's why I like the Tervis mug a little bit more for convenience aspect. But back to the Yeti, that's really kind of the general features of it. So basically it's the powder coating, stainless steel. You've got the stainless steel inside. This is what it looks like after 2.5 years of use. Really, it's got a little bit of staining or kind of buffing on the inside of it, but not much damage beyond that. And then on the edges here, it looks practically brand new for this color. I wrote down the colors earlier. Let me just pull them up. So this is the Nordic blue color, so it's this like slate blue color. You can see a little bit of wear on that side, so that's where that is, but otherwise it practically looks brand new. Next, this is the I don't know necessarily if they make this anymore. This is the chartreuse green, and so this is like a neon green color. There's a little bit of staining on the edges here, just from routine wear and sort, but there's no chips or anything. Inside looks very similar, where it's kind of got a little bit of staining and stuff, but it's not too drastic. So that's the chartreuse green, but it's basically the exact same mug. And then this is their white mug. So this white mug looks cool, pretty cool too. I use this a lot. This mug looks pretty good. There's no stains or anything on it. There is one chip, as you can tell here, if you can see it on the camera, where it just chipped the paint on the handle. And then this is what the inside looks like, very similar. I used this earlier today, so there might be some water residue in it. But that's the 14-ounce mug. So the 14-ounce mug, it's a great at-home mug, something as a coffee mug at home. It's not as great for commuter mug just because the size of it isn't great. So if you drink 1 to 2, like more than 1 cup of coffee and want to travel with it, it's really not going to serve a great purpose, just because by the time you're done drinking this, you don't really necessarily need a commuter mug if you drink it that quickly. But that's it. So I'd lean more towards a 24-ounce mug if you're drinking 2 or more cups of coffee, and that'd probably be a great option. I'll probably purchase one at some point just to test it out. As far as stacking it, they don't really stack. The lids don't stack here. If you take it off, I don't know if this necessarily stacks. I never did it that way. So it will stack in here. I never do it that way, but I just basically store them with the lids entirely like this in my counter space, and that's how I store it. But it's a phenomenal mug for hot beverages. I haven't really tried it out for cold beverages just because I haven't used it. But for hot beverages, it keeps your drinks warm forever, and it's a phenomenal mug for that. Major drawbacks are really just the mag slider leaks a little bit more, and the fact that the size is a little bit less convenient. Additionally, this is not if you're traveling with this in your car, this does not fit a standard cup holder whatsoever. I have a Saturn Sky and it doesn't really have standard cup holders, so I literally have to hold this, and compared to the Tervis mug, it's just less convenient, less easy to manipulate, and it's more prone to fall over just because it's top heavy and it spins a little bit more. So that's the 14-ounce version. Real quick, what we'll do is we'll discuss this new 10-ounce version. So this is the new 10-ounce version of the Yeti Rambler mug with the mag slider. I purchased this kind of randomly. I had a Dick's Sporting Goods order that I was purchasing, I think, my indoor soccer shoes, and part of that order, if you added, I think, like $10 to it, you could get free shipping. So that's what I ended up doing. I purchased this for, I think it was like on sale for $15, and purchased it at that time. So as far as as this color, this is the Alpine Yellow. It's the bright yellow. As far as the labeling, it kind of discusses some kind of their high points, which basically say dishwasher safe. It says that it's made with durable kitchen grade 18-88 stainless steel. It's double walled, vacuum insulated, keeps drinks hot or cold for till the last drop. It describes that it's no sweat, so you don't get condensation on it and you keep your hands dry. And then it says that it comes with a Duracoat layer, rest assured that it won't peel or crack. So that's the main thing. It kind of discusses that it's stackable. We'll discuss that in a second because I've tried this as a stacker, but I'm going to pull off the labeling just so you can see what it looks like underneath. And so this is what the Alpine Yellow looks like in the 10-ounce version that's stackable. There's a little bit of lip on the bottom that is not on the 14-ounce version, so you can see that side by side. And then the mag slider is virtually identical in design. The one thing you do want to know, well, first off, we'll pull what comes out in the inside when you purchase it. So you'll get a Yeti sticker. You will get a Yeti Rambler like care and use instructions, and then you can register your Yeti, which is all right here. It has the code right there, and then the code's on the bottom as well if you kind of lose this card. One thing that is a little bit different between the two is that the size is different. So they describe this being stackable, but I don't necessarily think it is stackable. So this is the 10-ounce version, and if you put it on the mag slider here, it just slides all over the place. So it does not stack into the lid. What I suspect they're saying is that it stacks on top of another mug. So if I put it like this on another mug for the 10-ounce version, it would stack that way and stack neatly. But really it doesn't stack onto the lid, and it does not stack onto the other mag slider lid. So this is the 14-ounce version. It kind of fits in, but it's not like flush, so it kind of flops around. So the 14-ounce lid doesn't stack on that. And then the only thing I found that it does stack really well with is actually the original lids that came with the 14-ounce one. So that's the only kind of aspect of the stacking. So if you need to store it and you want to stack it, that's one thing you have to kind of look into a little bit, is kind of whether it just stacks on the 10-ounce mug like this on top of another one, or whether it's kind of some nuance that I don't know about. Regardless, so the big thing is that the size dimensions are different for the 10-ounce versus the 14. So the 14 is a little bit wider and larger. As you can tell, it's a little bit thicker compared to the 14-ounce version, or the 14-ounce version is a little bit thicker compared to the 10-ounce. Beyond that, it's virtually identical. So if you want to look into these mugs, those are the two comparisons. This is the 14-ounce, this is the 10-ounce, and then they do make a 24-ounce. The 24-ounce, I haven't gotten my hands on it, but basically it looks at like the same layout of the 14-ounce, but it's a little bit taller. So that's really everything for this video. I just wanted to go over kind of like the Yeti mugs in detail. So I highly recommend them as a like at-home mug or a potential commuter mug if you're looking for 14-ounce or 10-ounce in a smaller quantity. If you drink more coffee or hotter beverage for like a larger quantity, I would lean towards either doing the 14-ounce or the 24-ounce mug, or getting a Tervis tumbler, because the Tervis tumblers are great. The one drawback to the Tervis tumbler is the insulation is not as great. So basically this will get cold or start getting colder with time over probably about an hour and a half time period, where your beverage is no longer as hot as it used to be. But this is phenomenal for cold beverages, so lean towards that for cold beverages. Or if you have a child and you're worried about like them spilling it, it's much more conducive for that. Additionally, this is more drop resistant because it's plastic. So there's that. And beyond that, I mean, I think either of these mugs, any of these mugs are like go-to mugs. You won't really regret it. It's a great purchase. You'll definitely find utility and use out of them. It's just kind of determining which one is best for your situation. The one thing I did want to mention is that I did look on Yeti's website as far as pricing. So if you're looking into the 10-ounce mug on Yeti's website, it's with the mag slider, it's $25. If you get the 14-ounce version with the mag slider that they have, it's $30. And then the 24-ounce version is $35. You might be able to find it at a discounted price at like Dick's Sporting Goods, where I purchased this for I think $15 because it was on sale at the time. But definitely shop around. I highly recommend them. They're great mugs. They're great for hot beverages, camping, those sorts of things. But there's some caveats to them from one kind of situation to the next. So I hope that video was helpful. If you have questions, comments about them, please post them below. As always, if you like this video, hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel if you want to follow more of my content.